Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be asking you your burning baby questions. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, we are having a baby. Or actually, not well. Before I get some questions up, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more here, more baby content, not too much.
Yeah, we won't bore you with it too much.
Me. So we asked for some questions on Instagram, what you guys wanted to know, because I'm sure you've all got burning questions. First of all, because I didn't put it in my YouTube short, but baby is due May 2024. I'm already out of breath. That's one of my symptoms, is like a loss of breath.
Yeah,
really.
loss of breath. Hopefully they're not all the same question.
What's a
I said hopefully.
They are all the same. They are near enough all the same question.
Come on, where's your imagination?
Everyone wants to know, was the baby planned? No, the baby was not planned. The baby was, as we like to call it in this day and age, a surprise.
Miracle.
How did you tell your boyfriend? There's loads of questions, so I'll try and answer different parts of questions within this question. Also, a lot of people asked, how did you find out? I was due on my period the day we flew home from Barcelona, and like I had all the normal symptoms that I was coming on my period. Obviously I didn't come on my period. I thought that I was just late because we flew home the day I was due, and like flying can mess up stuff like that. But then when I ended up being like, was it like 3 or 4 days late, and I was like, this ain't normal because I'm always on time since my periods have started regulating. So I had a pregnancy test, and like, I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever taken a pregnancy test, there's been times when I'm like certain that I'm pregnant, and then you take the test and you're not. This time I definitely didn't feel certain. I didn't have a feeling that I was pregnant, especially because I was having all the symptoms that I was coming on my period. I did the test, went back to work because it was a Monday, like was at my desk, and I thought, oh, go check it now. Went back out and it said I was pregnant 2 to 3 weeks, which is actually, which obviously you learn all these things when you're pregnant, 2 to 3 weeks is actually 4 to 5. So I literally, go on then, you want to tell your side now?
Yeah, so I remember going to work Monday. I got a phone call and like she's crying. I thought something really bad had happened. Like,
he was like, what?
I was like, what's the matter? Like hyperventilating. And I was like, oh, she's probably just being a drama queen again, you know, as she always is. And then she was like, oh, I've just took a test and I'm pregnant. And I was just like, and my work colleague was like standing over there, and like he could just tell, like, how the conversation like happened. Yeah. He was like, I got off the phone, obviously after she told me, and then my workmate was like, you're fucking having a baby, ain't you? And I was like, ha! Like, even now, like, it's starting to sink in a little bit more now, because obviously, like, everyone's been told. And
we've seen the baby.
We've seen the baby, but like, it's still not really like, oh my God, she's pregnant yet. Like, because you're not really showing much still. Yeah. Know what I mean? So when she starts getting the old woo.
There are certain things when we was in Barcelona that when I look back on now, I think, oh my God, yeah, like,
fucking hell. Nah, she's taking the piss now, isn't she? She's taking the piss. I think she's putting it on now.
Someone messaged me saying, I did think when you was in Barcelona, because you was always tired and I kept wanting to go home early. Like, normally I'm quite like I want to stay out and drink, and I just wasn't in the mood.
Because like, we've done so much walking that holiday as well. Yeah. And like, to know that you was actually growing inside, like, I was thinking, like, it's mad to think now.
Yeah, but it was so early then, it was just like...
No, obviously, it's probably like the size of a peanut.
Yeah, it was like a fucking, like, it was just a little... When I look back as well, the first sign to me was like, I didn't drink Prosecco. Like, which is so weird because that's normally all I drink. And like, when we was at the airport, I had a glass of Prosecco, didn't I? Yeah. And I was like, that tastes awful. And I always drink Wetherspoons Prosecco. That's all I ever have when I go on holiday. The taste buds were all
over the gaff.
And I was like, that is horrible. And I was craving rosé. I don't really think your cravings set in them, but like, I didn't want to drink Prosecco and I wanted to drink rosé. And I hadn't drunk rosé in years. And like, when we got to the airport, I was like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. I need an orange juice. And I bought that big thing of freshly squeezed orange juice, and I drank it all straight away. And I don't really finish my drinks, do I? Always have like half a drink left over or whatever. So yeah, that was how we found out. Are we going to find out the gender?
Can't bloody wait, to be honest with you.
So we're going to find out the gender at 16 weeks. I need to know. I need to know what I'm having. Want to think about names, the gender neutral baby clothes and stuff. There's just not much of it. I just feel like knowing what's inside of me, I'll be able to like,
yeah, we can plan better, can't
it. I don't know. I just really want to know. Maybe like with not my first child, but because it's my first, I really want to know what I'm having.
I've got like that personality where I don't think I'll allow myself to want to wait 9 months to know what it is.
Yeah.
I want to know everything like straight away, all the time with anything. Like you say, when we go about having a little look, that you've got just white, a bit of yellow, and yellow ain't a bit of me.
But even the sections, like there's just tiny little sections.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to know, so we're gonna find out. Gonna do something intimate, just me and him, because I hate stuff like that. He really wants a gender reveal party, but I've said no, sorry about that. That's the reason I want to get married in Vegas, because I don't want, like, I don't like that affection, and plus it's our baby. And I know, like, if we're in a room full of people, like, as soon as we find out, I want to sit down, like, and start looking up stuff, talking about names, like,
hug me,
I want to cry,
love me, like, oh my god, we're having a girl.
Girl, yeah. Girl, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of pushed, like, I was like, boy, and now I'm just like, do you know what? Nah, I need a little daddy's princess in my life.
We have always, because this is another question, is what's our preference? So we've always said for years,
yeah, boy,
we would want our firstborn to be a boy. We've had the name picked for years. Whenever we spoke about our children in the future, we would always use this specific boy's names. We'd be like, oh, a little running around. Oh, when we have da-da-da. Oh, who's yawning now?
Maybe I'm the pregnant one.
What was the point of what I was just going to say then?
Oh yeah, so the names and that.
Yeah, so another one was like, have you got names? We have got names. We have a #1 name and backup names. We don't want to actually name the baby until we've seen the baby.
Yeah, because the baby might not fit the name, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might think, oh, and then, nah.
Yeah, so we've got 1 name and 2 backup names. Going back to the gender reveal. So yeah, I will film it and post the gender reveal. And then as a compromise, instead of doing a normal baby shower where it's normally just women sitting around guessing the size of my bump and stuff like that, we're going to do a baby shower as if it's a gender reveal. So it's going to be like a party.
Because we love to party.
So that, oh, nearly witnessed a crash. All of his like friends and family can be there as well to celebrate our first child.
It's not fair, is it really?
No.
It's like all the girls get together, like, where's the thing for the man? Like, well, why is it all about the woman? Because
you'll go out and wet the baby's head.
Yeah, but that's like not till after the baby's born.
Yeah, but that's the men thing.
Okay.
Somebody said, how was the first trimester? So I would say that I was very lucky because I was only sick once. One of the main things that I was looking forward to about being pregnant was I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm not going to have any hangovers. But instead, I felt like I was hungover all the time. Like, it was just like a dizzy feeling, just feeling nauseous. But yeah, no actual sickness, which was very, very lucky. But for me, the tiredness.
Crashes galore going on out here,
we're sitting opposite a roundabout. The tiredness is on another level, and I hats off to every woman, because most women do, who work full time, or God knows when you've already got a kid. And
that's what I said, isn't it? Like, imagine if you was still working like a full 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Like, imagine the strain and the pressure you'd put on your body. Like
I have no motivation. My brain is barely turned on. I'm so tired, and I've really struggled with videos. And one thing I worried about was sickness, thinking, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to film if I'm being sick all the time. But the tiredness, like, I've really struggled in videos. I've just been really like, I don't know, I'm just not really myself, am I? Because I'm just like...
It's going to happen though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You're not going to feel yourself. It's a challenging time, but at the same time, it's rewarding, isn't it? So it's just, unfortunately, a 9 month of putting your body through a bit of strain, but it'll all be worth it in the end when you got a little mini me running around.
Yeah, but like every day he comes home from work, I'm asleep.
And you're asleep. I got home yesterday as well, like the blinds were down, door was basically shut, and I'm thinking, girl, it's only 5 o'clock. And she struggles when she sleeps at night, but you had a good night's sleep last night, didn't you?
Yeah,
so that's good.
But I've really struggled as well, like mentally, in the first trimester. I found it really, really difficult because I'm such a worrier. Obviously in the UK you have to wait 12 weeks before you can see your baby, or obviously you can pay for private scans, which we did do. I really, really struggled with my anxiety, just worried about the baby. Is the baby okay?
Yeah, but the thing is though, I think that's just common with it being your first one. Like where you're not used to how things work or how you feel or anything like that, it's always easy to judge, like, oh, is everything okay? Like, how do I know? Like, you don't know what to expect or look out for, do you? So
no.
It's a learning experience. So hopefully if I decide to give you another one, then you'll be all right.
I also had a bleed around my womb, which caused obviously bleeding, which was a really scary experience, and we booked a private scan. It turns out I had blood around the womb, which hopefully your body just absorbs on its own. And luckily by the time I got to the 12-week scan it had absorbed, which is amazing. But because of the bleeding, that just not knowing, like, you know, obviously you're going to think of the worst. And also alongside the bleeding, I lost near enough all my symptoms. Like my symptoms haven't been, apart from the tiredness, the feeling nauseous, that hasn't been every single day, has it? And it was only for like a couple weeks. But when the bleeding started, the soreness in my boob stopped. So obviously I was just thinking the worst. And then, sorry guys, this is all new to me. I should have given you a trigger warning there. But like, it was also baby loss awareness week, like coming up to my 12-week scan. So a lot of the content and stuff that I was seeing was about people losing babies. That really made my anxiety worse. Yeah, obviously luckily we've had the 12-week scan, and so far the baby is healthy. The baby was literally wriggling around everywhere, and the man's like, because they have to do all the measurements of your baby, and he was literally going like, stop moving, stop moving. It was literally flying everywhere, wasn't it? But it was going upside down.
There's a little nutcase in there.
Lots of people have asked, will you be moving in with me?
I think the same you need to answer it, you know what I mean?
So he already lives with me, and this is why you should never believe everything you see online, because I decided just to not say anything when he did move in with me. But yeah, when he's, what was it called?
My lease.
Was up on his flat, they was putting up his monthly payments by what, £200?
£207. Just made sense, really.
Yeah, it made sense. And also that was even before I got my new mortgage. So my mortgage has gone up £300 a month. Like, everything's gone up, so it just made sense for him to get rid of the flat he was at. And when you think about it now, that was so lucky, because imagine if you were still in that flat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
so he's been living with me for a couple of months now. Do I have any cravings? I wouldn't say that I have any mad...
Butter.
I wouldn't say that I have mad cravings where I'm like, God, go and get me some sponges or pickles or whatever people crave.
Sponges?
But, yeah, women start like squeezing the sponge.
I thought you meant like eat it. I was like,
I think they do want to eat it. Like, the crave is to eat it, and like, but things that I don't like, that I could eat every single day and that I want to eat every day: chicken and stuffing sandwich. Anything with butter, so like toast, crumpets, bagel, cracker. That is one thing that I haven't said, is I can't stop eating. I'm hungry all the time. This morning I woke up at 5 AM and I had to have a cereal bar and an apple.
So what's the bowl of cereal on the table then? Did you have Cocoa Pops?
No, that's when I woke up at 9. I said I'm going to go and have a bowl of cereal now. But yeah, they say you're feeding for 2, but you're not actually feeding for 2 in your first trimester. But yeah, that was one of my things, like literally starving, like belly rumbling. Like, I couldn't sleep this morning because I was so hungry. I had to literally get up and eat. Back to cravings. Apple sari flavoured stuff. So like apple tango, apple Mawams, apple extreme chewits,
Granny Smiths,
actual apples, Mawam pinballs. So basically like anything appley sour.
Oh, you had them extreme chewits the other day as well. They are so
really
good.
Hit the spot. Do you plan to keep doing YouTube and your part-time job when baby comes? Well, I think the answer to that is obvious, because it pays the bills. Like, YouTube is my main income. I earn like over double than what I do in my part-time job through YouTube. So obviously my videos will probably get more sporadic. Obviously when the baby comes I will, you know, need the time, and I don't know what my content will be like. That will just be something I figure out as I go along. But yeah, obviously I'll still be doing YouTube. What are you most excited for about becoming a parent?
Do I get deep?
No. No,
do I get deep? Do I get deep? Do I get deeper?
No, let's give like a non-deep cringy answer.
Just to hold them.
Cuddles.
Just a skin on skin contact.
I can't wait to see what they look like, what their personality is going to be like.
Well, yeah, I think if it's half of me and half of you, then it's going to be a nutter.
Yeah, we are expecting a little crazy child. And my mum said that she's hoping that for us, because apparently I was a nightmare kid. So, and I think we both know how we want to like raise our kid. We're going to be very loving with our children. We're going to make sure our children are very loved, basically.
Yeah.
What am I most nervous for? I feel like most people would probably say like the birth. Are you nervous about the birth?
No, because I'm not the one giving birth.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's a, you know, it's a nerve-wracking experience.
I'm just going to be there, hold your hand and not say nothing.
Yeah, I've told him he can't speak to me.
Because you will just tell me to shut the fuck up.
We started watching one ball every minute, yeah. And like every time the men speak, the women are always like, fuck off, da, da, da.
Yeah, so I'm just going to hold your hand, give you a little one of these, just to let you know I'm there.
Do you want a traditional name or more unique?
Unique.
Unique. So
traditional was boring.
Don't expect a little like Ellie or Jake or something like that.
Yeah, or Rupert.
That's unique.
What, Rupert?
Who calls their kid Rupert? Sorry.
That's like a dog's name.
Exactly, so that's unique.
Do you miss alcohol? No, because I'm still drinking.
Someone said that is your boyfriend going sober with you.
No!
Well, to be fair, he didn't really even
drink
on
really
holiday.
Drink on holiday, did I?
No.
I was like addicted to slush puppies.
Then that was what someone said to me, like, wasn't you drinking on your holiday? And someone commented on my cos picture and then deleted it, saying, was you not drinking on this holiday? Obviously not.
Like, come on.
Obviously not. And if I actually was drinking, do you think I'd be posting the photo? Like, we had that champagne breakfast, so obviously we got champagne. And
I drank both of them.
He did. And he was like, oh, I don't want to drink that. And I said, if that was me right now and I could drink, I said I would have done that and I would have been straight to the pool bar for the day. So I said, drink it. So he did. He literally backed it. I was really proud of you. So obviously I was taking photos and I was getting mocktails. I don't even like cocktails anyway. But I was getting mocktails that looked like I was drinking alcohol.
Even then, like, you went off them, didn't you? Because they were so syrupy.
Sweet, so sweet.
You know how they made a broad and that? It's just, fuck, it's caked in it.
Yeah,
like even the alcohol and that. Like, I kept getting like vodka and what did I get one night? I got a vodka and coke one night, and no banter, I thought it was petrol. Like when
it had so much
it was disgusting. Like I had to give it to Graham, didn't I?
Yeah, I had a 0% alcohol beer when we went to Zia, and that was really nice because I don't like beer. Yeah. But it was actually nicer than normal beer, wasn't it? Because you tried a bit of it. I thought people would clock, and I was worried about uploading the vlog because obviously I really didn't want to let everyone know. My mum and dad didn't even know at that point.
Would have caused a stir.
Yeah, we didn't tell anyone until late, did we? Because I was so worried, and I really didn't want to, you know, announce it to everyone, get everyone excited, and then something go wrong. And I was like, how did people not clock on that I was at an all-inclusive and I was not drunk once? And then someone went back and commented on my YouTube video saying, oh my god, how did I not realise you wasn't wine drunk in this video? And I was like, I don't know how anyone did. And there was one clip that I kept in where I went, my favourite part of that was the Prosecco. And then me and him were just like looking at each other laughing because obviously I didn't even have the Prosecco. And at the airport, when I went Marbella and Cos, I got them to put lemonade and orange juice in a Prosecco glass. So I felt like I was
feeling the vibe.
Yeah, so I was like, felt like I was having a Prosecco. Because that's my favourite part of the airport. And like even that, anyone who knows me, I do not mix my Prosecco. I like my Prosecco on its own. I'd never put orange juice in my Prosecco. So yeah, luckily no one did clock. Another question was also about Marbella and telling people. So as I just said, we didn't tell anyone till quite late. I think I told my mum and dad at 11 weeks. Your mum literally a couple days before the scan. My nan, my brother, Beth, Amy, Emma, they were all after the scan. The only people that knew early was all the girls I went Marbella with, because obviously I had to tell them. And that's why I don't have any of my best friends in my reaction, which is obviously sad. But at the time I didn't want to record anyone's reaction. It was only because Ellen made me record Meg's, and then after I recorded Meg's I was like, oh actually I do want to get everyone's reaction.
Like, it's good memory, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, we've forever got that now.
Yeah, I know, it makes me cry every time I watch it. That was another thing as well, like Marbella for me, I was, you know, I mentioned about how I was bleeding, and I think it's important to talk about these things because when I was going through it, I was literally searching and researching for hours every day trying to, like, you know,
find out what was going on,
because that was before I had the scan, like the reassurance scan.
Like even for me though, like you're ringing me up like upset, going I'm bleeding, like this and that, like For a man, I'm sitting there thinking like, well, how do I fix this? Like, how do I make you feel better? Like, and you literally can't, because you don't know what's going on. As a fella, like, you can just, all you can do is just try and be like a comfort blanket or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. It is hard because you haven't been through it. So. And also, the whole time I was there, I was like in my bay, I was bleeding. Yeah. So like, I didn't even want to go to the toilet because I was scared. And obviously that was a thing for me, obviously knowing that you was in a different country, and obviously like this was happening, and it was just obviously constantly on your mind all the time. Like, is she alright? Like, I'm not there. But like, I felt like someone was looking down on me at that holiday, because every day someone was ill. Really? Yeah, because first day... Becky got ill as well, wasn't it? Becky had an allergic reaction. Not that I'm glad anyone was ill, but it was nice that someone wanted to go home early every single night. Where I just had that on my mind, I just wasn't in the mood the whole time I was there. Even though I had such a lovely time with the girls and they took my mind off it so much, it was still, like, rough. Loads of people have messaged me. The only messages I've had so far about gender are people guessing boy. And we've always seen ourselves having a boy first, and it's only recently, because I don't think we actually said, like, my instinct at the moment is it's a girl, but I don't know if that's because I'm just trying to talk myself out of the fact that, like, I've always thought and imagined my firstborn to be a boy. So I feel like there's too much like swaying the way of the boy than there is to the girl. But I've never been interested in girl stuff, and now all of a sudden I'm always looking at girls' clothes and but that's what's making me think more now that we're having a girl. Yeah, I've been so adamant for ages that I want a boy. Like, a girl hasn't even crossed my mind, but over this last week or so, like, the more I think about it, the more I think, like, yeah, I just want a little daddy's princess. Like. But just to preference, we'll be very happy with either. Like, we want both. We want both sexes, but we're just talking about as our first. We imagine our oldest to be a boy. That's all it is. Oh yeah, someone asked me to do, can I do a video on names I love but won't be using? And I'll do more things like that over on TikTok. I'll do like what I eat in a day at 16 weeks on YouTube. But yeah, more of my baby content I will do on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok if you want to keep up to date. Right, and I think that's everything really. Yeah, I think we've kind of covered everything. Sorry that I've been out of breath and yawning in this video. I yawn now. You're trying to yawn. I saw your nose. Yeah. I saw your nose. You wanted to yawn. Yeah, because it makes me, like, when someone yawns, it makes the other person want to yawn, eh? But yeah, hopefully that's answered every question. There wasn't actually many questions because everyone fucking... It is true. Apparently the men get symptoms too. Like, I had baby brain, like, early doors. As soon as I told him that apparently it's a thing where men can get symptoms, he's like, oh, I've got symptoms. Mate, seriously, I started getting baby brain. I'm tired more now. It's going to cut off now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. No, I forgot what it was. What, the thing that you always say? No, what do I always say? Forgot. You always say it. Oh, and don't forget to tap the bell. Ring the bell. Oh, yeah.